Hey, I thought I'd update people on some things. Most of it is pretty good news, but there is some bad news. Now, the good news is that I've enjoyed Diablo for the most part. I mean, I think the biggest problem I have with it is that the build that I like is like suboptimal, and the other one is like just leaps and bounds better in terms of like getting to the really high levels of the rifts. I actually checked the leaderboards today, and I'm one of the highest people on the leaderboard, and I think I'm like number 600 or something crazy like that. I checked like earlier this morning, and I think I'm like one of the highest ones that's not using the meta build. So I've been playing it pretty much since I got it. I got it about a week ago. It has been fun. Obviously, it's not really something I bought for the channel. It's more just something I bought for myself. I've been under a lot of stress and stuff like that. I needed to kind of reward myself, and the donation definitely cushioned it. I probably will be trading in Hyrule Warriors because the game just runs badly. The grind was just too strong. It was not really the kind of Musou game I like, where, you know, the grinding, there is something to grind for, but it doesn't take ages. It's like the polar opposite of Warriors of Orochi 4's current state, where it's like you can see everything in that game in like 20-30 hours, you know, maybe even less than that, depending on if you skip all the cutscenes and everything. You know, I already finished that game in Japanese thanks to a friend of mine who let me game share it back when it came out. So when I got my review key, I plowed through that game. It had to have been under 20 hours. Like, Hyrule Warriors is like the polar opposite. You can play that game for hundreds of hours and see, you know, still have new things to unlock, which is really cool, but it's just the core gameplay loop, the way the mechanics work and the performance, it just really bogged down for me. So the plan is I will probably be trading that in on Black Friday. I have been watching the Black Friday deals, and GameStop doesn't have theirs up yet, so the plan is to just trade that in and then maybe get something else. I'm not really sure what else there is at this point. You know, I have pretty much all the Switch games I was really interested in. I didn't really think Diablo 3 would have been something that would have been on sale because, you know, it will have been out for like a week and a half by the time Black Friday comes around. So I didn't bother waiting for that, and I got it for about $33 anyway. I know that their deal was not going to be any cheaper than that. So I'll be monitoring that. I could get Dragon Ball FighterZ, but honestly, the Switch, the player base on the Switch games has like been really bad ever since they started charging people for it. I think it's really a big misstep for them to just suddenly charge people after a year and a half of everything being free. Like, a lot of the games I used to feature on the channel quite a bit, like BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. I was hooked on that game for a while, and now there's barely anyone playing it after, you know, they started paying for it. So I might have another big purchase this month, but however, the bad news is I am definitely going to have a hard time paying off the last of my PC repair bill this month. It's only going to be $82. I hate to do it, but I probably am going to have to ask for help on here. I don't really know what I can give in return. You know, I do have some Steam keys that could do commissions or something on like Orochi. You know, I do have, you know, a good gaming PC and stuff. So, and that's something that I thought about doing. I don't know how people would really feel about me asking for funds again for this, but it will be the last time for a while, pretty much, because next month the only thing I'm really doing is Dragon Mark for Death. There is Rival Mega Gun at the end of the month, but I'm probably going to have to get that at the beginning of next month. January is going to be the Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. I'm not really sure which port I'm going to get. I think what I'm going to do is I will probably get it on PC because I know Cheat Engine is really going to enhance that game. Obviously, the balance in Vesperia is pretty foobar. As far as I know, the PS3 version made it a little better in terms of some of the other characters that are not Yuri actually getting some interesting skills. But I know Cheat Engine is just going to open up the game way more. Warriors of Orochi 4 is kind of the same way right now. Like, if you really want to do maximization or you want to do endgame stuff, it's actually a really great boon to have the Cheat Engine table that lets you force Pandemonium mode, because otherwise it just takes a really long time to actually get Hundun to spawn on one of the actual challenging maps. There's really not that many challenging maps in that game, so I think Vesperia is going to be the same way. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Dragon Marked for Death is probably not going to be more than $40. As far as I know, I don't even think they're doing a physical release for that, so I can't see them charging more than $40 for that, all things considered. And then January will be Vesperia. By then, you know, regardless of if you guys help me out, I hope that I'll be able to get some help, because I've been pretty stressed about how I'm going to pay it this month. Then I will be able to do Vesperia as well. I did pay for Gamefly. I also canceled Amazon Prime, so that definitely lightens up a little bit of extra budget for the channel. The main reason why I have to ask for help is I got a whopping $47 from ad revenue, and I had to pay my XSplit bill, and then a friend of mine wanted to go out, so pretty much all the money went kaput right there. I really don't make much doing this. I don't want people to think like I do this for the money. Obviously, if that was the case, I would have stopped a long time ago. I'm really only making about $150 a month doing this, despite how much I work on it. I would like to get more backers, but I think the issue is there's just not a lot of disposable income in this community. You know, there are some communities where there is more disposable income, but you know, the niche action game Musou community, there's really not anybody who really makes a lot off this. And I know people want to help, but can't. Obviously, it is the holidays as well. Everybody is kind of strapped for cash, depending on how seriously you take the holidays. You know, if you buy gifts for your friends and direct family and stuff. So if I have to do this, I think this will be the last time for a while. December is going to be pretty barren until the 13th, when Dragon Marked for Death comes out, and then I think Vesperia is on like the 10th or 11th or something like that. So I will pay that off pretty much as soon as they put the Steam page up. Between then, there's going to be some other stuff going on. There's Diablo. There's supposed to be a new season on the 16th of next month. And I'm not really a Diablo fan, you know. I'm not really a fan of any of the any of their properties, really. I mean, I did play Diablo 2 with my mom, you know, back in like middle school, but it wasn't really something I was really hardcore into. You know, people are hoping that there's going to be an update. The meta in that game seems really stale right now. Like, there's really only a couple viable builds in the game, and the one that I've been using in the videos is one of the worst ones, apparently, for like getting to the really high levels of the rifts. So I'll probably be checking that out. I'm kind of at the point where I'm starting to reach a plateau in terms of the gear that I have without just a ton of RNG. I spent most of today trying to get one of my my amulet to have a socket in it. I think I rolled like 6 times today and it didn't work. So we'll see what happens there. If you guys want to help me out, you can go ahead and post in the comments if you'd like me to do something in return. Obviously, I have Orochi. You know, I have a pretty decked out file. So if you'd like me to do a video on there, go ahead and let me know. If you want mods or something, go ahead and let me know as well. Patreon, you know, obviously that's the thing that's really kept this channel going. To give you full disclosure, that is the thing that really allows me to keep this running at all, to be honest, because SSI and, you know, after rent and then the little pittance I get from ad revenue is not enough to keep this channel running. I think the issue with Patreon is that, you know, most people do like, they do like private posts for their backers. Like artists will have like their posts or their videos, whatever, locked behind a paywall. And I don't really have enough of a user base to really do that. Like, I think I only have like 8 or 9 backers on Patreon, so I wouldn't really feel right doing like exclusive videos and guides and stuff, and then have like 99.99% of you locked out of it. So that's kind of been the problem with Patreon. People are pretty much just backing me because they like my content, and you know, I upload every day without fail. You know, unless there's some kind of disaster preventing me from doing so, like my internet goes out for days or something, which has happened in the past. But I'm not really sure what to do with my Patreon. If you guys have any suggestions or you want to get a commission from me, go ahead and let me know. Right now, I need to raise about $82. If I can raise even less than that, like 50, 60, that would definitely cushion it and make things a little bit easier for me. Like I said, Black Friday, I'm probably going to go to GameStop and trade in Hyrule Warriors, and then I might put that towards Dragon Marked for Death if they don't have anything cool. Their Black Friday ad has not leaked yet, so I'll keep you guys posted on that. There's also some exciting updates in Fighting Range in the Takeover, which I'll be going over this week. I also need to get my Assault Spy Calathon submission ready, so that's what I'll be working on, along with Diablo and maybe the DFO Jump server. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry to have to e-beg, but this is it's kind of a difficult spot right now. I hope you guys will understand. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the content I have planned throughout next week. Peace.